Good evening, and welcome back, investigators, for our Episode 6, Call of Cthulhu, Dark Winter miniseries. We have reached our epic conclusion. However, the fate of our investigators is still to be determined. So, would you please all sit down, grab a blanket, and if you have a fire, I suggest you light it.
Cocoa, chili, the works.
Oh, fuck chili. Get some chili.
Now, let us pick up right where we last left off. After leaving the TV station, Chopper has headed towards the direction of the last transmission. Now, Joe, what would you like to do, as in the radio transmission between you and Lance cut out before you were able to complete your conversation?
I do have the coordinates?
No, you don't. He was trying to explain to you the location, but then it sort of started to cut out.
Does anyone have any idea what he was talking about? Like where he was at?
Benjamin,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if I...
could you please give me a intelligence roll with a bonus die?
Yeah, I got an 8. It's my lowest.
All right.
Surprising.
Maybe it's because the double of Kai was trying to use the helicopter. Maybe that is making you think of Mr. Yen. But you're very aware that Mr. Yen had an estate outside of Chicago. It wasn't a personal residence. He used it for art exhibits, and he used it for showcasing modern art. He used to hold galas at this estate. It's primarily unoccupied, and it would be a good place to hide out. It's out in the middle of nowhere. It's deep within the forest. It is a possibility that that could be the location they're talking about.
I'm gonna try to push myself up
All right?
and walk over, because I'm assuming there's a cockpit where he's at. There's
Yeah.
2 seats. And I'm gonna plop myself down in a seat next to him and just kind of look out the window, trying to scan to see if we're facing where I would know that the estate would be.
As you look out the window and you stare into this white blanket of darkness and snow, it is very difficult to see. The soft glow of lights of the city beneath you burn like a soft light behind a fogged mirror. You're not 100%, thankfully. The helicopter does have a compass. Navigation systems can show direction. You know that it would be northeast.
Whatever your friend Lance was saying, it sounds like it could be Yen's old estate. I was hoping I could just get up here and try to point you in the right direction, but this compass is going to be the next best thing. I guess just point this thing, you said northwest?
Northeast.
Northeast, just point it northeast, and hopefully we'll find it.
You think keep your eye out?
I'll know when I see it.
Start heading that direction.
Okay.
I want to scan the helicopter and see if there's any first aid kits in there at all.
Sure. Could you go ahead and give me a spot hidden?
Boom, got it. 32, 40.
Told you it'd work. So, as you look around the cabin of the helicopter, you do find that there is not only a first aid kit, but it's actually part of an AED package. So it's got an automated electronic defibrillator, as well as what looks like a pretty serious first aid kit. It's duffel bag sized.
Wow.
As you open it up, you can see that there's a clot stop. There's pretty much everything you could possibly need to treat serious injuries. It obviously isn't comparable to professional medical attention, but it is better than a typical first aid you'd find at a convenience store. However, you'll also notice something else resting right beneath Kenneth's feet. You see that there appears to be some sort of bandolier or a large canvas strap.
I'm gonna go over. Lift your feet up real quick.
I'll move.
Grab it.
You pull it out, and as you do, it is a bandolier. It appears to have a entire bandolier filled with what, as you inspect it, you pull out these cylindrical canisters. And as you look on it, it says danger, explosive, flammable. You can only imagine that this is a bandolier filled with incendiary grenades.
Hot damn.
There are 10 of them.
I'm gonna start waving it in his face. Check that out.
You said 10 of them?
There's 10 incendiary grenades. Each they operate just like a handheld grenade. There's a pin. As soon as you pull it, it will release the pin mechanism, and there will be a certain amount of time before it cooks, and then it detonates.
Well, I'm sure these will come in use.
Well, yeah, but you're not gonna be doing anything with them.
Well,
I'll just take those back.
I can bite the pin and throw it.
Yeah, I saw what you were doing with the long-range gun back at the radio
To
station.
be fair,
so.
that requires 2 hands, and I
Yeah,
can,
which you didn't have, so you decided to just make shift to stand with your friend's shoulder. So
I thought it was
don't want to see what you do with these.
What's going on back there?
Do we have anything that's like
Here, take these.
one-handed?
Go. Yeah, no, no, take those. Go show them to Joe. And I'm gonna go and get the med kit off the.
Okay.
What are you doing with that? Don't wave it around.
What? I'm just showing you.
All right, yeah. No, put it back.
Incendiary grenades.
Yeah, I know what they are.
I put.
I got bit by a dragon thing. The last thing I want to do is go out by you blowing me up. Please put them away.
I'll put them around my shoulder.
You notice as you put it over your shoulder, you hear that familiar voice begin to ring as your brother appears right beside you, sitting, his head looking. Every time he appears, you notice that his body starts to appear more rotten, more grotesque, more decomposed. Large chunks of ice exiting his body as his cold, glassy eyes stare at you. You're always terrible at cops and robbers, bro. How much longer before you kill everyone here? You all notice that Kenneth gets strangely quiet. He almost starts to kind of zone out, almost gaze at his feet.
1,000-yard stare.
Yes.
Am I able to grab the?
Yeah, sure am.
What's going on with you? You're doing the thing again with your eyes.
Still. Oh, you weren't there. Kind of seeing and hearing my dead brother.
Okay, I'm gonna walk up to.
Tracked.
I'm just gonna walk away. I'm just gonna walk up to Benny.
Now they just think you're crazy. Maybe you are. Maybe you're losing your mind.
I'm assuming we can hear the conversation. Can we hear that?
Hear what?
Like, not.
Yeah, you heard
that,
it.
these
Yeah,
two talking.
you can hear them talking.
So I heard him mention again that he can see his
Yeah.
brother. All right, I just wanted to know.
All right, so I found this. I'm not a doctor or anything, but figured we'd go through and see what we can do.
All right. If we land, I can treat his wounds.
I haven't really even got a chance to look at him yet. I'm gonna move my hand and try to
As
see.
you move,
Oh God, I don't want to.
you actually look at your stomach. You can see that the blood is not as dark as what you were expecting it. Does look like your stomach was torn open, but it's not deep. It looks like you have a pretty serious abdominal tear. It does appear that you have a pretty severe hole, but by putting pressure and holding on to it, you've been slowing the bleeding. However, it is still bleeding. You are noticing that Benjamin's starting to look kind of pale. He's definitely losing blood as this is continuing.
All right. Hey, keep pressure on that, okay?
Hey, Avery. I heard him talking about his brother again. Just so you know, I don't think he's crazy. I saw Yen, and Yen's dead.
I wasn't implying that he's crazy or anything. We've all seen some shit tonight. I just don't want to add more shit right now, so.
I don't know what we're gonna be walking in when we get to Yen's place.
Hopefully it's just an empty estate, whatever it's supposed to be.
I can only hope so.
Hey, Courtney.
You notice that she looks over towards you as she's just holding basically Tony in her arms. Yeah,
How's your brother doing?
I think he's gonna be okay. He seems to be sort of stable. He's passed out right now.
All right. You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. Just in case this place isn't empty and it's crawling with whatever the fuck else is gonna be, a fucking unicorn, a dragon, a Frankenstein, I don't give a shit. I just need to make sure I got someone who can pull the trigger. How about you, Avery? You doing good?
Yeah, I think so. Physically, I'm good.
Is those grenades, is that all we got in here? Is there anything else? Any guns?
I can go back and check.
When you looked through the cabin, that was the only thing you found.
Oh, I already went. Like,
Yeah, you
looked through everything.
searched through the cabin.
Oh.
That's how you found both of those items.
I gave it a once over already. I didn't see anything, but I can try again.
Well, anything will help out. Once we get there, we land, if we land. First thing we need to do is take care of our injured. Ken, how's that arm?
Feels like shit.
Alright.
Finger's not feeling too great either.
Okay.
The missing one?
The missing one.
At this point, you notice that the scenery ahead of you has just gone dark. All you can see now is the lights from your helicopter emitting the just ahead of you, seeing the flurry of snow flying into the helicopter. The lights of the city have now disappeared. As you look down below, you can see the dark forest, pines, snow-covered, dead trees filling the area. Up ahead, maybe about a mile out, you can see what looks like lights. Benjamin, as you look forward, you can see lights up in the distance as well. You're not 100%, but you're fairly certain that is the estate that Mr. Yen owns.
Hey, looks like we're coming up on it. You see the lights up there?
Okay. I'm gonna try to scan for an open space to land. I'm assuming he's probably got a pretty big yard.
Yeah. As you move in, you start to notice that you are in the middle of nowhere. You don't even see a road. You're flying right over open trees. You're looking for any area that you can seem to sit down. Could everyone go ahead and give me a spot hidden, please?
7.
7.
Yeah, I'm lucky on this.
83. I did not get that.
16. I'm rolling like this forever.
37, I made it.
Okay. Benjamin, you're the first one to see it. As the helicopter is making its way in, you see up ahead this almost looks like a wall, a cloud of pure snow and frost. You see it moving towards, rolling through the sky like a tidal wave. And as it approaches, before you can even say, Joseph, look out, you watch this disfigured face form within this cloud of snow as it reveals this gaping jaw that drops, these elongated teeth, this massive maw, these eyes that open with dark sockets and long rotting flesh and hair before it's too late. It is right as you go to speak, the helicopter meets this wall of snow and ice. Joseph, as you hit it, you feel the entire cabin, the entire helicopter shake and jerk to the right. You hear as the blades above you, actually start to see it freeze solid as you look to the left and right and see ice start to form over the front, almost like a flash freeze of pure, brutal cold. That's when you start to hear the mayday. The sirens and the signals begin to alarm as the lights in the cockpit start to go crazy, and you realize this is going down. Okay.
Oh, shit.
I'm
What is
going.
going on up there?
Well, I think the blades are starting to freeze up, so y'all need to hold on. I'm gonna try to find a mountain of snow to crash land into.
You guys hear the multiple signals and alarms going off as the cockpit just takes a nosedive forward, and you all start to. Can I get a dexterity save from everyone here?
Yeah, got it. 70 out of 80.
Got it. 42 out of 50.
64 out of 70.
69.
69? Does that beat it?
No.
Congratulations.
You done it.
Let me do one more roll then.
Or you didn't done it.
You didn't done it.
You watch as this cockpit dives forward. You see Kenneth hit the ground and he rolls. You watch as he makes his way towards the side. The door actually rips off, and you feel this surge of cold blast into the cockpit. As soon as it does, it begins to fill with flurry and snow. Everyone in here, can I please get a con save?
Yeah, got that one too. 46 out of 70.
18 out of 50.
4 out of 7.
36 out of 70.
Everyone got it? Very good. You all feel this intense, you actually feel your skin begin to blister and crack from the cold. Benjamin, you look down at your wound as you leave it, and you see this cold wind strike your wound. You actually watch the blood freeze, creating this almost supernatural blood stop. As you feel part of your insides freeze, you kind of have this shooting pain go through your body, and adrenaline kicks in. It's fight or flight. You watch as Kenneth rolls, and you see him go try to grab, but with one arm he can't, and as his legs slip out the side of the helicopter, you see both Tony and Courtney grab Kenneth by his top, and they are holding him as he's dangling out the helicopter as it's nosediving. You now feel the helicopter going in a full free fall. The engine has stalled and the blades have completely stopped. That is when the helicopter strikes the top of the trees. Branches, twigs entire tops are ripped to pieces.
You guys want to point about
It'll be fine.
Kenneth, I need to roll damage.
Okay.
Would you please take 3 points of damage? As sticks and debris and ice tear into your legs and shred through your shins and your feet. I'm going to need a roll from you. Joe,
Okay.
could you please give me a...
We shouldn't use any more fingers, just look up the rest of them, you know. Staying positive.
Only got 4 useful ones right now.
Draco said, well, at least he won't bleed to death, I guess.
Could you please give me a pilot roll or give me a intelligence roll, whichever one's higher.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna use intelligence.
Yeah.
There's worse things on you.
Twigs, branches, leaves, snow,
Goofy stuff.
goopy stuff. You could have got bit by a dragon.
46 out of 50.
Very good. As the helicopter crashes and moves through the trees and the debris, it is luckily by either Joe's skill or a freak accident. No branches or tree debris pierces through the windows, though it does shatter. It slowly comes to a halt before it gets caught about 10 feet off the ground between the tree, with the door facing down. Everyone in the cabin falls and plummets, and they strike the ground, hitting hard. As soon as you all do, I'm gonna need one more con save, please.
Wow.
Wow.
35 out of 70.
23.
I'm gonna have to push my roll. I got 100.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got 52. Out of 70.
That was real bad.
I almost fell out the fucking door.
That would have killed you.
Yeah, it would have. Literally anything could kill me.
Huh?
Oh my God, did I kill you?
You're playing on hard mode.
Yeah, I am.
Hardcore.
Okay. As you hit the ground, all of you maintain consciousness as you lie there reeling from your wounds. You all hear the sound of automatic weapons or firearms being locked and loaded. As you hear the sound of footsteps, you realize flashlights quickly move onto your body. And as they do, you realize that it's those same SWAT individuals. As they approach, you are outnumbered, you are outgunned. Looks like to be at least 15, maybe 20 soldiers. As they stop, you notice that one of them brings up his weapon, and as he looks like he's about ready to open fire onto Kenneth, you see one of them go, "Hold! We were told to bring him in alive!" At this point, you notice that they move up, and they look towards everyone like, "Get up! Let's go!"
Alright.
Push myself up.
As you start to get up, you notice that individuals grab and hold on to you as they start to push you. One person leading you by your back, another person with a gun trained on your head. As they move, you realize that not far away, it looks like they have what appears to be some sort of APC. It appears to be some sort of armored personnel carrier. It looks like it's built like a small tank. As soon as this shows up, you notice that they drop the hatch of the car, the back of it. Come on, get in! You all get in?
Yep.
As you get in, you notice that the door shuts. You notice that these men begin to move as another APC moves up. You can see that they sort of disband and they spread out as they move over towards their other APC. Soldiers do get into the back of the APC with you as well. And the car begins to drive. You notice as this happens, Tony appears to have already has come to. You see he's just losing his shit. He's completely in a mess. He's crying. You see one of the guards go, "Shut him up!" You see Courtney kind of go, "Shit, you need to be quiet. You need to be quiet." All of you are now in the back of this APC, 4 armed guards, eyes locked onto all of you, waiting for any movement. There's almost this cold stare that moves throughout the vehicle as you all exchange eyes, glancing back and forth.
I want to scope out their uniforms. Is there any like peculiar imagery or symbols or anything on them?
Go ahead and give me a spot hidden.
You bitch. Sorry. I didn't get it. 96.
Okay.
Yes.
Could everyone else go ahead and give me a spot hidden?
16 out of 75.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
43 out of 60.
Okay. 43 out of 60. What'd you get?
16 out of 75.
Okay. Both Kenneth, you get a side glance of it. You notice it right away. You didn't notice it when you fought these individuals in the club. When they were in the club, they were wearing more, looked like police SWAT gear. These guys are dressed way different. Even their outfit, you can see their weaponry is different. They must have been trying to keep some sort of low profile when they were at the club. These guys are not. You can see that they're outfitted with top of the line military grade gear. You can see they're outfitted with what looks like grenades, automatic rifles. But you do capture an image on one of their arms. It appears to be a patch, and it looks like an eye with a dagger piercing through the iris. Would anyone like to do anything?
I ain't saying shit. If I look over Benjamin, how's he looking?
You can see that his eyes are extremely dilated. You can see that he is about as no worse for wear than what you saw him in the helicopter.
Do I still have my book in my jacket?
You do.
I don't want to like obviously feel for it though. I just want to kind of like
Brush up against with your elbow. All right. If no one's going to do anything,
Stay quiet.
APC continues to move. You hear a radio transmission coming from the cab of the car. You hear someone go, seems to be in a frantic mess before you hear this radio transmission cut out. You then hear whoever's driving the cab say, "You guys might want to hold on!" And you notice that the guards kind of raise up and they grab these handlebars that are above them as you feel the APC start to pick up. As it begins to pick up and move, it doesn't take very long before you feel the side of this APC get smashed, and this entire vehicle begins to barrel roll as you all are thrown around like jelly beans in a can. As this happens, the back of the
we weren't wearing our seatbelts.
thankfully you were strapped in. You see the back of the APC door fly off. As this happens, you see one of the guards actually get thrown from the vehicle. You see Courtney get thrown from the vehicle as well. As the vehicle finally stops and comes to the tumble, you hear what sounds like gunfire ringing from outside. You hear the sound of heavy footsteps. You hear the sounds of screams and metal being torn and wood breaking. What would you guys like to do?
How did the car land?
It landed on its side. The back hatch of the door is completely open. As you look around, it looks like 2 of the guards that were in there are currently lying down. They're not moving. You can see that Tony is also lying in the cab as well. He is not moving or responding as well.
I want to go up to one of the so it looks like the guards are knocked out then.
As you move up, one of them appears to have snapped his neck during the tumble and the roll. And as you look at the other one appears to be badly hurt. You can see actually blood leaking out from underneath their helmet.
I'm going to take the weapons on the one that's still alive.
Okay.
I'll just take, what kind of gun?
It looks like a fully automatic M4.
Alright, I'll take my 45 then, and I'll just put up his head and shoot him in the head and finish him off.
Okay.
I'll
So
take his other gun.
you guys hear as soon as this happens, a firearm discharge. As you hear a blast, this echo ringing out throughout the back of the APC. What would you guys like to do?
And are we on the? Am I on the side that's on the ground or up?
On the ground.
Okay, I'll unbuckle myself as best I can. The one that is dead, I'd like to try to get a weapon off of him,
Okay.
especially if he has a pistol or something.
He does have a sidearm on his hip.
I want to take that and put it in my pocket. We need to get out of here.
I get up too. Take what firearms I can. They got any stun grenades on them?
Stun grenades?
Group concussion.
If you want to take the time to do a spot hidden check, you could search them a little better.
Yep, I passed that. 56 out of 75.
Okay, you do happen to find a flashbang, and you can also seem to find what looks like a frag grenade.
Okay. And then does he also have a M4?
They both, yeah, the one that is dead has an M4 still.
Okay, I'll take the M4 and then Eclipse.
Okay.
I'm gonna undo myself and like go over to Tony and like lift his head up and like start being like, Tony.
You
Tony.
notice that Tony kind of opens his eyes. God, am I dead yet?
No, you're.
I don't want to be dead.
I don't know how either of us. Tony, look at me. We need to go.
Okay,
We need to go.
okay,
You're gonna
where's
be good.
Courtney?
I don't know.
I'm gone. Okay.
I'm sorry I got you in this mess. So, like, as I'm like getting his.
You notice that you
straps
have
up.
to undo his strap from above, and as soon as you do, you notice that he kind of falls and plummets down as he hits the ground. It takes him a moment before he gets back up. It's meanwhile, you guys are still hearing gunfire and sounds like some sort of. It almost sounds like a rhinoceros or some sort of large lizard creature roaring in the distance.
Before I get out of the car, I want to try to look and see if I can see anything out the windows.
There's no windows in the back of the APC. You'd have to get out of the actual vehicle.
Is there like a cage so you can keep the front or something?
Yeah, there's like all it is a small rectangular window. And it's not enough to actually see anything because the vehicle is pointing away from where the sound is.
Alright, I'll get out.
Okay?
I'm gonna help Tony out.
You gonna help him out? All right, so you all get out, and as you do, there's a moment as your stomach hits your bottom, and you look before and see that these military individuals are opening fire on what looks like this large bipedal creature. It has 4 massive arms, 2 hulking ones, and then 2 smaller but still massive arms on its ribs. You see it has this giant large horn. Joe, it takes you no more than a moment to realize that is the exact silhouette, that is the exact shape of what you saw in the museum that night. Could everyone please give me a sanity roll?
Yep, I didn't pass that. By 7.
My sanity is at 18, and I got 6.
64 out of 72.
You 72 sanity?
I did not pass.
You did not pass? Okay. So everyone who didn't pass is going to take full damage. So that's going to be 2 damage.
Okay.
2 damage?
You didn't pass?
No.
So 2 sanity damage.
Oh, I was like 2 damage. What?
2 sanity damage.
Okay. I just wanna make sure.
You passed?
I didn't pass.
2 sanity damage. Both of you will just take 1.
You don't have a pencil either, do you?
No.
Y'all waiting for my pencil.
It's high school all over again.
Yeah. I have one in my room somewhere.
Okay.
Okay. You notice that as you all see this event happen, you see there appears to be only 2 armed guards left. You can see the other APC is already on fire. You can hear the sound of men screaming as they burn and cook alive inside of the APC. You see this creature galloping up onto soldiers as they are opening fire into it, and it takes the bullets like it doesn't even affect it. You see it move over top of a soldier and smash him into the ground. You watch as this red mist just kind of plumes out as the blood splatters and soaks the snow in the surrounding area. You see its horns start to raise up and turn and look towards your direction. As it makes eye contact, it takes another spray of bullets by another soldier as its arm whips out, and you watch as it rips this soldier in half with a single swat of its arm. Slowly then turning back towards all of you. What would you like to do?
What the hell do you think?
Hold still, it can smell fear. Don't breathe.
Is Courtney anywhere nearby? Or
You'd have to do a spot hidden.
I'm gonna do a spot here.
I didn't pass.
Okay.
I want to look around and see, is the building in eyesight?
You do not see it. You're
It's just
you're surrounded by
all woods?
forest right now. Yeah.
So I can't even, there's like, is there a road or are they just driving on snow?
It looks like they were driving on like a road that was semi-cleared, but it was by no means
Can I
is it.
tell where the road goes?
Yeah, you can see kind of where it's following. You could get back to the road, but this creature is between you and the road.
What do we do?
Does he still have the incendiary grenades on him?
He does.
It's on my shoulder.
I'm gonna grab one of them and I'm gonna throw it at it.
Okay.
Pull the pin first?
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah.
pull it.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw it.
Do you pull one or all of them?
No, let him finish. He was gonna throw it, then shoot it.
Oh shit.
No, I'm gonna pull the pin on it.
How close is it?
It's a ways away. It'd be kind of difficult to accurately land
okay,
it.
never mind then. If it's that far away, then yeah.
You do, however, at this point, as it starts to make its steps for you, you hear the sound of like a horn blaring and going off. You see what looks like a spotlight coming from the road as you see a snowcat make its way over the tracks, rolling towards it. It's got what looks like a plow on the front of it. As soon as this snowcat makes its appearance, you see the creature turn and look around as it comes barreling towards the creature. The creature charges, slamming its horn up into the plow of the snowcat. You see the snowcat come up the tracks off the ground as it comes slamming back down. You see as whoever's driving it puts it back into a full drive and slams forward as the vehicle begins to drive into this creature. You see its arms brace onto the plow as it begins to push it back. What would you guys like to do?
We need to take our opportunity.
Alright.
I'm gonna do one more spot and
Okay.
I would look for 42.
Give me a spot hidden then.
I didn't pass. I think that was all zeros.
Okay. Wait, all zeros?
Yeah.
So 100?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got 35 out of 60.
35 out of 60? Okay.
Dude, I need to wear these gloves more often. I'm getting dirty.
So I'm going to go ahead and use your bad thing
Okay.
and your success at the same time.
Can I just? Oh, okay, never mind.
As soon as you see Joe frantically looking around for Courtney, you start scanning the area as well until you see her. You spot her. It appears that she looks unharmed, but looks like though she may be unconscious. She's currently right behind the creature, and that snowcat is about to run her over if it keeps pushing the creature. You have maybe 10 seconds to save her.
There she is, right there.
I'll run
There's
and grab
Courtney.
You're gonna try to run and grab her? Okay. Go ahead and give me. I'll give you a few options here.
Cool. Please tell me what to point with a finger you're missing.
Oh shit.
There she
Some
is.
fingers.
If I got gloves on, looks like I still have fingers. So I went like that.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Is that how it works?
There she is.
There she is.
I'll tell you what, you can either give me a strength or a dex.
I'll do next. 70.
23? Okay. You quickly make your way trekking through the snow. You come up, you're about now 10 feet away from where this snow cat is and this creature. You manage to grab Courtney and pull her out of the way and actually have to fall backwards as this massive beast makes its way back. You see it, now that you're up close to it, it has this long, shaggy, almost like woolly mammoth-like fur. You can see its large, mauled mouth is trying to bite down onto the plow as you look up, and you see inside the cab of the snowcat appears to be Lance as he's driving the vehicle further and further into it. He looks over towards you and sees you. You can see him screaming like, "You guys need to get the fuck out of here!"
Alright.
So, I'm like right next to this creature, correct?
Yeah, you're right next to it now.
So as I'm dragging Courtney, I'm gonna reach for the frag grenade, pull the pin, and just drop it at its feet, and then get the fuck out of there.
Okay. As you drop it at its feet, you actually watch as the grenade hits the snow and you see it click up into the plow as the plow is pushing the creature and pushing the creature back. You all do not see the grenade fall down, but you notice that you see Joe appear to dive for cover. So if you guys could, please give me a dexterity save.
Yep. 30 out of 80.
Nope, 75 out of 50.
5 out of 60. Woo! The magic glove right here, man.
Okay. Kenneth, as you actually see it, you actually turn and you actually jump over Avery as this explosion goes off. The fragmented shrapnel of the grenade, you watch as it rips and shreds through the lower half of this large creature. You watch as it rears back, and as it takes 2 steps back, you notice that Lance brings up the plow of the snowcat, and as it rises up, the creature puts its arms up. It's bleeding from the lower end, and as you all move and jump out of the way, you watch as the plow pins up against the APC on the ground, and you watch as the plow severs through the head of this creature until you watch this dark black ichor ooze out from it, and you see the lower half of the body drop down.
How much damage did I take?
You didn't take any because he dived over you. He had such a good success, I gave him a success over yours
You
as well.
saved me, I saved you. It's all good.
Because you had like, what, a 5 out of what?
60.
Yeah, that's an extreme success.
So,
Wow. Good for me.
Get Courtney over to the rest of them.
You notice that as you, the sound of the explosion, you see that Courtney starts to come to. She looks around. You notice that she seems to find her bearings and looks around, and she sees Tony. You notice that she makes her way over to the group, leaning onto you. You notice that the snowcat backs up. It's at this moment that you all start to feel the actual cold, your adrenaline slowing down, the sound of gunfire and fighting ending. You see the door open up. You see Lance pop out.
What are you doing out here?
I'm saving your fucking life, that's for one thing. Can everyone get inside the snowcat? Let's go.
Alright.
I can help Tony up in there.
As you all get up into it, it's this rather large machine. You can see on both sides of it, almost has like these tank tracks. The cab of it has this elongated, it looks as though this may be some sort of machine used at like a ski resort. Something that people would use to transport people through a mountainside.
Yeah, we also The Shining, right?
You, Benjamin, recognize the machine. Mr. Yen purchased this last year for the estate. You thought it was actually kind of an odd purchase because it doesn't snow that bad in Chicago. Does everyone get inside? Okay. As you all get inside, you notice that Lance slams the door shut. You notice he turns around and looks at everyone.
What the fuck is going on, Lance?
Everyone who is in here, you notice anyone who doesn't have gloves or isn't wearing a hat or has exposed skin. You notice he makes his way over towards everyone and goes, "Oh, breathe on my hand. Breathe on my fucking hand."
Can you be more patient?
No, I only have one hand.
I breathe on his hand. Like, damn.
Okay. You notice he goes, "Everyone feel my breath." You notice he starts breathing on everyone's hands.
What was that?
There's things that look like us. They look like us. They think like us. But they're hot. They breathe hot. Like steam hot. It's the only way I've been able to figure out how to tell them apart.
Yeah, we ran into a couple of them back at the radio station.
One of them killed Kai.
Kai's dead?
Kai's very dead.
Technically, Kai killed Kai.
Kai killed Kai, yeah. No, you killed Kai. He almost killed me too.
Does anyone have any moments? Has anyone seen yourself? Has anyone done things or people accuse you of doing things that you didn't do?
I didn't kill Kai.
We found some pictures and it appeared to have me meeting with
Kai.
was it Kai?
Yes, it was Kai.
Yeah, it was Kai. And I've never shook his hand.
Yeah, I assume. I saw you with Frexel about 30 minutes ago.
Nope.
And your double also isn't as fucked up as you.
Yeah.
I don't think any of our doubles is as fucked up as we've ever done.
Alright.
Well,
This moment forward, we know that everyone in here is who we really are.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's true.
Did Courtney and Tony breathe on his
Yeah.
hand? Okay.
so what's the plan now?
Well, I was trying to lead these guys back to the estate. Because there's some weird shit going on. Your uncle's there. Except there's two of them. And I'm assuming the one that's tied up is not the bad one.
How did my uncle end up there?
Well, he came to me looking for you. Then we found you and you shot him. We got split up. Then I tried killing myself. Like, something that looked like me tried killing me. Except I was a lot better at killing. So, it's dead. So I don't have a double. I don't know if it can come back, but it's shattered. I don't know. All I know is at this point, I want to save your uncle, and I want to stop whatever the fuck is going on. Also, there's one more APC. Whoever's running these guys, this big shot, this Agent Beckwith, he's there. It looks like they're about ready to move in.
He's about to go in then.
Yeah. And it looks like they just lost their reinforcements.
Alright. Good. Well, let's not wait. Let's get going.
All right. You know, see, he has this moment as he's driving the vehicle. You know, there's a good chance that some of us are gonna die.
Don't set up the fire alarm.
If we got anything we need to say, we might want to get it out now.
I'm already dead to the world. It doesn't matter.
I got nothing.
This has been the worst couple days of my life. yesterday. I took pictures at the museum.
I get it. You try to do something good and people get hurt. Mostly Tony, Courtney.
Notice that Courtney and Tony kind of look at everyone, and you see Courtney kind of go, if I don't make this, I just want you all to let the world know what happened. Let them know what really happened. Tony kind of goes, honestly, man, if I die, I'm only asking for two things. What Courtney asked, you just fucking delete my browser history. I'm into some weird shit, guys. Like some really weird shit.
Tony.
I mean, I hate to break it to you, but you can delete it. They can still recover it. So.
Okay. I like dressing up like a horse.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like as that Courtney's just looking at him, like turns her head and says like, I like being a pony boy.
Nothing wrong with that, I guess. Like, I mean, you do you, man.
Is this really the time to be?
It's
I'm
the only-
getting things off my conscience, man.
It's the only time, buddy. We could die in there.
Actually, now you think about it, Benjamin, you're thinking about his trailer, and every time you've hung out with him, he's always got like, paintings of black stallions and
Always like the
horse
girl.
statues.
Horse girl.
Huh. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I'm not gonna knock it. I've seen crazier tonight than you dressing up as a fucking pony.
I don't know about you, but I'm ready to be somewhere warmer after tonight. So.
All right then. Let's finish this.
Yeah.
And as the snowcat continues to drive, eventually you come across the dark silhouette of the estate. It appears to be a massive, large floodlight beaming down onto the courtyard in the front of the estate. You can see that there's another black APC there. However, you see something as well, Avery. You see Javier Barrera's vehicle, his personal vehicle. And you all recognize the vehicle as well. I think every single person here has some unfinished business with Mr. Barrera.
Of course, Javier would be here too.
And being here is not good. The shit we saw him do.
Yeah, not for what you told me
Yeah,
about.
he went in with Frexel.
Frexel gave him the shit, and sounds like Frexel started all of this.
Okay then. You notice that he stops the snowcat. As Lance takes a look around. Listen, this snowcat doesn't move very fast. And the only reason why you guys are even alive is because you were in that APC when that creature hit you. I'm gonna try to get that APC. I'm gonna get it ready to go. You all go in there and you take care of this. You understand?
The best
Yeah,
we
you
can.
got a weapon on you?
You notice he pulls out his pistol. Click, click, click. I've been out for hours.
I'll hand him the gun I got off of the guard.
Okay. He grabs that. Thanks.
Alright, let's go.
As you all exit the snowcat, how would you like to move in?
I'll take one.
Would I be aware of any secret entrances or anything like that?
Yeah, there's multiple entrances into this building. In fact, one entrance that's relatively secure because it requires a access code. It has a security access code in order to enter it. It leads you down into the basement lounge.
Would I be familiar with that?
Yeah, you'd be familiar. You used to use this code all the time because you would drive out here personally and you would actually clean and prep the place for when galas were going to happen.
And one good thing about working with Yen, having to know a secret entrance.
Alright.
Know the code. So
It's gonna be easy to get to.
it's always easy for me to get to it.
Let's go.
I'm gonna let Joe take point, but I'm gonna
I'm
kind of
gonna
direct
fall
it.
behind.
Okay. As you all fall behind, you move to this frigid temperature, making your way to this basement entrance. You come up and you look at the keypad. Thankfully, it has one of those plastic sliders that you pull down. As you do, it's covered in ice and frost. Almost, it breaks the actual cover off. You see the buttons underneath. You enter in the code. Beep, 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 beep. And you hear the door unlock.
What'd I tell you? I'm gonna open the door.
I'm just glad you remembered the code.
As soon as you open the code, or you open the door, your ears are filled with the sound of some sort of harmonic chanting.
Jesus.
It fills this house. It almost seems like it's coming in this omnidirectional. It's like 360. Notice that Courtney looks up towards you guys and goes, I don't know about this. I don't think I should take Tony. I don't think Kenneth should go there either.
Alright. Well, anybody that doesn't feel like they are able, stay behind.
No, this is my boss's place. I'm staying.
Well, you'd be an asset to us anyway. You know the layout.
You just notice that Courtney looks towards Tony. Tony, go out. Go back out with Lance. You shouldn't be in here. I'm not gonna be responsible for you dying. Notice he looks towards all of you and goes, y'all really wouldn't think I'm a coward if I leave, would you?
No.
Man, why couldn't we have done this outside? We're in the middle of some demonic chanting bullshit. Why are we doing this here? Why are we doing this now? Let's make up our minds.
Tony backs up. He's like, I can't. He turns and leaves as he runs out the door.
Alright. Well, assuming everybody else is staying, and you want to be a part of this, so.
You got any more of those incendiary rounds on you?
Nine more?
Worst comes to worst.
I didn't use any of them.
Yeah, the incendiary grenades were not used.
Oh, okay, sorry.
He only used the grenade he grabbed off of the.
10 more?
Do you mind if I hold on to that belt? Just in case?
Sure.
Here, I'm gonna wrap it around myself.
Okay.
At least with these I can't miss, right?
Now, could I please get a stealth roll from everybody?
Yeah. Fucking hit it.
That was not a pass.
Did not get it.
Did not get it.
Okay. What was your success rate?
I got it right on the dot. I was at a 40.
Okay. Maybe it's your nerves. Maybe it's the sound of this chanting. Regardless, you are moving through the basement in the dark. Seems the lights are off down here. As you you can hear the sound of your companions behind you breathing heavy. You can hear the snowy boots crunching into the wood floor. Thankfully, the sound above you seems to be louder. And that is when you hear the sound of boots in the room. Somewhere in this darkness, someone is watching, or at least nearby. you all freeze, and it is pitch black. The only light that's in here is the red exit sign from the door you just came in. And a soft white light peering from the steps ahead of you.
I'll get my gun out.
Can I do a listen check?
Sure can.
46 out of 75.
Benjamin, as you're in there, you hear the sound of that crunching. You hear the sound of a heavy boot falling somewhere maybe 5-10 feet behind where you all just came in. As you turn back and you look, you see that red exit sign, and you see that soft red light shining down into the darkness of the room, and you see the corner silhouette of someone's shoulder and head.
Could I also do a listen check?
Sure can.
14 out of 60.
You hear it as well. You hear it coming from behind you.
Oh, this is behind
It's
us?
behind you. It's like someone was waiting in the darkness and you all passed them, and now they're starting to move.
I thought they were ahead of us.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, fuck.
Ready my.
I should be at
weapon.
the end of the.
You and Courtney are in the back, so you get ready yourself.
Is there anywhere I can hide on either side of where we're at right now? Like, I don't know if he has, like, wine stuff, like wine barrels or anything like that.
This area down here was like a lounge, so it's very much like a, kind of like a set up more like a living room or a den than it is anything else.
So is there-
There is a bar in the room as well, but it looks like the lights for the bar are completely off as well.
Can I make my way over and kind of hide myself behind that? Like, to give myself... like, to hide myself from whoever's behind us?
As you're moving, you're making no noise. And that, within a quick flash, you hear the sound of boots. Boom, 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 boom. As two massive steps charge forward. You hear Courtney shriek out as you hear her body lift up, and then you hear a crash as you turn around and you see this dark silhouette of an individual standing in the darkness. Courtney appears to have been thrown across the room. What would the two of you like to do? What would everyone like to do?
Snap around and engage.
I'm gonna spin around and I'm gonna aim my. Can I see? I can see a silhouette.
You can see a
of it.
silhouette.
All right. I'll aim my gun at it. I want to fire.
You're gonna open fire? Okay. Go ahead and roll a shoot.
Out of 40.
Okay.
Am I able to shoot too?
Yeah, if you want to shoot. Initiative hasn't started, so.
Let's play Don't Shoot Avery, please.
Yeah, I did not get that. I'm just doing single fire.
Okay. As the two of you open fire into the dirt, just you hear the sound of that ice
Oh, great.
shattering, and you see a plume of hot steam rising up as it seems to be lightened up by the red exit sign behind it. Whatever this is, this creature moves forward, and it is going to grab. You'd be in the back, right?
I'd be, yeah.
Okay. So it's going to attempt. At this point, initiative has now started. All right. Could you please give me a dodge roll? Or you can either dodge or fight back.
I'll go with dodge. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. 58 out of 25.
Okay. As you go to dodge this individual, their hands, you feel them wrap around your throat and rise you straight up off the ground as they begin to choke and strangle you. You get a good look as you see what appears to be Kenneth squeezing the life out of your body. Kenneth is a rather large and imposing individual, and his ice double appears to be in full health besides for the multiple bullet holes that you can see in its body now. Okay, I believe that brings us to what's the initiative order? So what's your guys' initiatives?
9.
Mine's 9.
Everyone's 9. That's right. So we're starting with Avery, and we're gonna go around that way. Avery, what would you like to do?
Oh, did me shooting not count for the initiative?
No, that was kind of like the
Okay.
opening surprise round.
He has me lifted up in the air.
Yes, he
right now?
does.
Oh my god. All right. Does it look like there's a weak spot on him anywhere within kicking distance from this place?
Oh, you can easily kick him, yeah.
I mean, was there like a spot where he's been like hit by a bullet? I can tell in kicking distance.
Well, as of right now, you can't bend your head down, and you can just see his face as he's squeezing. You can see he has bullet holes in his face. You can only assume that he has
All
possibly.
right. I'm gonna grab my combat knife out of my boot and I'm gonna into his temple.
Okay.
Attempt
Go ahead
to-
and roll.
What am I rolling for that? Would that be
It's gonna be a brawl, or it'll be a
fighting?
yeah, fighting. Yep.
1.
A 1.
A 1.
Yeah?
Okay, let me go ahead and. You watch as Avery getting choked. You see her hand reach down and grab a combat knife, and as the knife comes up, you see her and stick it in the top of the head. You watch as the blade sinks all the way in, and then you watch as her hand goes, and as she pulls and yanks the knife to the right, you watch as the right side of the skull actually breaks off. You see the hands loosen, and it crumbles and breaks into pieces.
Fucker, I'm gonna kick it.
Go up to Courtney.
Sorry. Wrong one.
And another one pops up. Oh, you got quite the grip there, Ken.
As you move over and you go to Courtney, you bend down and you put your hand on her. You realize that she's not moving or breathing. You then put your hand on her throat. You do not feel a pulse. You can see as you kind of roll her over, it looks as though that Kenneth's clone must have snapped her neck.
Fuck.
What's the deal over there?
She's dead.
Ah.
I'm gonna see if she's got like a firearm on her.
She does.
And I'm also gonna take her cell phone off her too.
Okay.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get going.
Yeah. You notice that the chanting upstairs is still going on. No reinforcements, nothing came downstairs after hearing the sound of the gunfire go off. You're now able to make your way over to the staircase. Slowly make your way up. As you see the door slightly cracked, you can see the light pouring in now. Who's leading?
Take a point.
What would you like to do, Joe?
So I just hear chanting,
Yeah, you hear the sound of chanting.
and the door's just slightly cracked.
Yeah.
Could I do a listen check to see if I can pick out any voices I can recognize?
Yeah, sure.
40, so 54 out of 60.
54 out of 60. You do not hear any voice. In fact, it almost sounds like the exact same voice, but multiple times.
I want to pull out my book, and then can I do like a listen to see if I can match any of the words going on if I start thumbing through?
Sure.
Would that be listen?
Yeah.
Or would there be something else?
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Nope. No, I don't.
You listen and you can't make out anything in particular.
Alright, So what's the plan here? Can you pick up what room this might be coming from?
I imagine I would know, right?
It sounds like it's coming right up from where the main lobby is. The grand lobby is quite a large room. There's actually a centerpiece statue that's in the center of the lobby, and then on the back of the room, there's actually a patio deck that goes out to double stairs that lead out to the backyard. So there's actually a glass pane window on the back of the lobby that has 30-foot tall window panes.
Okay. Hey, Joe, let me get by you real quick. I'm gonna try to look out the door to make sure that I know exactly
Okay.
what we're looking at.
As you peek out, you're coming out, and you can hear the chanting begin to be louder, and it sounds like they're chanting right outside of this door.
And I so I can see that it is the.
Well, you
main
know
lobby.
that this goes up to the lobby.
Okay. Yeah, sounds like in the main lobby, which is kind of weird. I imagine they would be somewhere more secret.
All right. How many clips did I get off of that soldier?
2.
2. I'm switching to full auto.
Okay.
They must be pretty confident then.
Whatever Javier and whatever Frex are working on, it ain't good.
How many voices does it sound like there are?
You can't decipher.
If I had to guess.
5, 10.
Okay. So, I'm gonna have you get the door. Try to be as quiet as you can. As soon as you open that door, though, I'm gonna clear it. We see Javier, we put a fucking bullet in his head.
Oh, I'll take
Trust
care
me.
of that.
I'm pulling out my pistol now, too.
We don't give him a second to open his mouth. Okay?
Just let me know. You want to go on 3?
Yeah. And
I'm gonna grab one of the disintegrating grenades off of the belt.
Okay.
Yeah, why
grab
don't we
one
each
too.
take one of those? Just one. For luck.
There's one.
Thanks.
okay.
Why do you need one?
He's missing a finger, his trigger finger. Come on, man.
Okay.
All right.
We're gonna go in.
3.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All
And
right.
I'm gonna open the door as soon
And
as.
as you open the door and everyone moves out, you come into the room and you swing and look towards the lobby, and there you see around the statue in the center. And the statue's always been a rather macabre statue. The statue itself appears to be made out of bronze. The individual appears to be of a almost like a David's Michelangelo. Appears to be a modern rendition of the human male anatomy, except one portion of the body is rotted and decayed, and it's a skeletal figure with its hand reaching out. The other side is flesh and living. You see that there appears to be robed individuals surrounding the statue, all of them with their hands raised up into the air, chanting towards it. They do not even turn towards you as you enter into the room. However, you can see that some of the individuals are rather familiar. As you can see, Frexel, Detective Robinson. You also see what appears to be Joseph. You also see what appears to be Benjamin. And there's also one more robed individual. Their hood pulled up. You cannot see their face as it's shrouded by darkness.
Is Benny near me?
Yes.
So, are we in like a corridor going into this area?
So you guys just came up from the stairs, and as you take a right, basically this doorway was right at the front of the lobby, and you are now looking into the main lobby, which is a wide open rectangular-like room.
So it doesn't look like there's any way rooms like wrap around it at all? It's
Nope,
just straight to
it's
the
a
room?
straight, although there is an upper level. Across from you, there's a set of stairs, and just to your left and back, there's another set of stairs that goes up to another level. Now, could I get a spot hidden from everybody, please?
I'm gonna use one luck.
19.
19?
I'm gonna use one luck to hit around the head. I got 46 out of
I'm
45.
literally never taking this. This is my good luck. Rolling dice luck.
We broke the code. Basically, you can't have skin to dice contact.
I rolled 2.
Did you get?
96 out of 75.
Okay.
I got hit around the head with that one luck.
2?
16.
Okay. Kenneth, you are the first person to see it. Joseph, so fixated on his target, looking at the center of the room, he doesn't catch the glimpse of the individual hiding behind the staircase just to the left. You are able to spot the individual, but not able to react in time. Avery, you across the room see Javier Barrera, and as you lock eyes with him, you notice that his eyes begin to glow red, and as he sees you, he moves forward, only to hear the sound of a gunshot ring out. As this happens, let me make a roll. Okay. Joe, as you whip around and you look, you feel a round right through the back of your knee. As it blows out, you hit the ground, and as you do, before you're able to spin and look, you notice that Agent Beckwith is right over you with a gun trained onto your body. As he looks down, he kicks your gun away. The two of you look, don't you fucking move! And as he looks towards the two of you, you see Javier Barrera as he comes, his eyes still glowing red. Now you and I have some unfinished business. Yes, we fucking do. You have another book. You have another fucking book. It's mine. It's fucking mine.
It's on my person of yours, so I think that makes it my book. Now let's see what
And as he does, you notice that his hands glow red, and you feel your body lift up off the ground, and you feel your whole body fly as he almost like force telekinetically pushes you across the room. You fly across the room, and you actually slam through a door up on the second level and fly into another room. As you hit, you actually smash through a table, rolling through a chair. And as you look up and forward, both of you see this. You see it as well as Javier. His nose begins to bleed, his eyes begin to bleed as he levitates off the ground. And you watch as he floats up to the second level. And as he lands, you see him land and walk in. As the door swings back forward, you watch as he and rips the doors from the hinges as they fly back into the room. You don't understand this power. Meanwhile, back down there, you see both Kenneth, Benjamin standing there looking at Dylan. You know, you're good. You're real fucking good, kid. I gotta give you that. There's no fucking way I'm gonna be bested by you. Cause you know what?
Yeah?
I always win. And as soon as he says that, you see as he gets a shot in the arm, you see him rear back and look towards the other side of him. From the other side of the room, on the other side of the statue, you can see that the one-robed figure pulls down their hood. You can see what appears to be Holly making her way forward as she fires more shots towards Dylan. You see him double back around and hide up behind the staircase. Hey, you fucking bitch! Ah! I knew you were gonna double cross me!
He's distracted.
Yeah, he basically moved forward, and at this point, we are now going to begin initiative.
Did I take damage from?
You did take damage. You're gonna take. Surprisingly, you're only gonna take 1 point.
I think so.
Shot in the back of the knee. 1 point of damage.
Surprisingly,
It was a clean run through.
I don't think they like
I can't control it. I don't know what I'm doing.
Avery, you notice that Javier is just made their way into the room. Also, I need to roll as well. You also took 1 point of damage from flying through the door.
Alright.
It is your turn first.
Oh. Am I still on the ground? I'm gonna get up.
You did get up.
Oh, looks like you're starting to run out of juice there, Javier.
Now, once I get that book,
You're not gonna get the book.
give it to me.
You're not getting the book, you fucking cunt.
What would you like to
Go
do?
pull it out.
Okay.
Come and get it.
And you just see he goes to charge forward. Kenneth.
Can I see the guy that shot him?
He retreated. He looks like he went up behind cover on the stairs, but he's still armed.
Is there anyone I can't see right now?
There's appears to be 4 people chanting, but they're not doing anything. They're not even reacting to the situation.
Oh god. Oh god.
Some of my incendiary grenade at the 4 chanting people.
The 4 enchanting people?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I sure hope they're bad guys.
Oh my god. You're gonna set the whole place on fire while we're in it. Why were you nodding, Elijah?
I did it because Elijah was nodding.
I know!
Because he's expecting you to do this. This
He's
is
like, yep,
this
I
is
do
a
it.
classic Justin move. All right, you watch as Kenneth pulls a
Okay,
grenade
okay,
and
okay.
chucks it over towards the individuals chanting. Within a moment, you see that incendiary grenade go off. A ball of fire plumes out. You watch as 2 of the individuals completely get consumed by the flames. You watch as their bodies unmovingly stand there and continue to chant while in the flames. You watch as the wood of the floor begins to catch on fire and smoke begins to rise in the room. However, the chanting does not stop even as these individuals stand there roasting amongst the fire. That was your turn, Benjamin.
What the fuck are you doing? And I'm gonna grab him by the collar and I'm gonna like try to help Joe up and I'm gonna be like pulling him back into the room we came in from.
Okay. So the stairs going, like,
Yeah, going down.
Okay. So you notice that he goes ahead and he pulls you back down into the staircase leading down into the basement, which would be. And is that gonna be your turn?
Yeah, that's gonna be my turn.
Okay. That's
Trying to get
gonna be
everybody
now
to
your turn.
safety.
Okay, so I'm gonna go back up, and I saw where Beckwith went off to, right?
You saw him go up. Yeah, up the stairs. Yep.
I'm gonna aim. I'm gonna wait, and I'm gonna aim, and I'm gonna wait for him to pop out. And that's when I'm gonna pop.
Okay. You're on the staircase then.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back out and gonna aim towards the direction where he's at.
Okay. You notice that as you go out, you see Holly standing there too. She's starting to cut the pie. You watch as she's moving on to the corner of the staircase, and she's moving over and over and over. And as she finally cuts the pie to get a clean shot on the stairs, you see her go, "Fuck!" He's going, and you watch as a round goes through her back. You see her hit the ground as he's across from the other side. As soon as you see her go down, and you see watches his aim turns towards you guys. And you see rounds beginning to ricochet and bounce off within the room next to you. Could you, all 3 of you, give me a dex save, please?
Yeah, 19.
You get a 1?
I did not get it. I'll push my roll. Nope.
All right. You watch as, again, I'm going to use your extreme success and your extreme botch at the same time. You watch as his
Hour.
sight turns and aims onto Joseph. Joseph has got a no way out. You actually move forward. You grab Joseph by the back as you pull him back, and you actually grab the door and you pull it close as the rounds start to bounce off the outside of the door. Thankfully, it's solid metal. Unfortunately, as you open the door back up, as you hear the fire stop, Beckwith is again moved. Okay, so that's going to be back to his turn. I'm going to make some rolls here.
Roll for him to.
Could everyone please give me a spot hidden, except for you?
Yeah, I think it's down.
I got 17 out of 75.
Okay.
22 out of 60. 22 out of 60.
And what'd you get?
I didn't get it.
Okay.
I hope you're ready for me to wear that glove for every game.
As the door opens up,
Just the right one.
As the door opens up, you notice that Beckwith is nowhere to be seen until you catch a shadow dodging across the mezzanine onto the other side, almost like he's circling back. While this happens, it is now Javier Barrera's turn, where he makes his way forward. You watch as he goes to grab onto you and start slamming his fists into your face. So you can either fight back or dodge.
Fight back.
Ooh, okay.
I still got my combat knife.
Yep,
Ouch.
go ahead and
So,
fight back. It's gonna be a fighting, just roll fighting.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Nah, I didn't get it. No.
Would you like to push your roll or use luck?
I'm not gonna use luck. Fuck me. Freshly squeezed.
Stop it.
Okay, so yeah, no, it's even worse.
Okay. As he moves forward, he grabs onto Avery, and as he brings his fist back, Avery brings up her knife and goes to strike back. You see, he sees it happen, and he catches your arm, and he actually moves you over the wall. And as he slams you up against the wall, you watch as his other hand, and he starts slamming your hand against, as he grabs your knife, and then sticks it right through your hand into the wall. You feel the blade sink into your flesh as blood begins to drip down the drywall. Take 1 point of damage,
Thanks.
and that's going to be his turn, bringing it back to your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna donkey kick him away from me.
Okay.
Oh, better. That's a 28 out of 40.
Okay. He went to dodge it, and as he does, you notice that he dodges out of the way. Thankfully, you were able to pull the knife out of your hand and come forward, even though he dodged out of the way, putting you both back at square one.
Alright, can I see Beckwith at all now?
He's somewhere. You guys saw him circle back around to the other side. He's probably somewhere up above you and behind you. You can only guess.
So, and all I can still see is the cheaters still.
Yeah.
I got nothing, guys. I sit there. I can't do anything really.
You just guys wait. Okay, Benjamin.
What the fuck are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do?
I'm trying to find him so I can shoot him.
How are we gonna do that?
I don't know. Use your eyes.
I'm gonna try to. The door's open.
Door's open.
I'm just gonna keep an eye out. Any movement up above.
Okay. Okay, so let's bring us back to your turn.
Okay. So, We just don't know where he's at.
You know at this point, strategically, you guys are in a terrible spot. You have no vision on him, and he has free range to move wherever he wants. At this point, you guys are literally sitting in a kill zone. If he sneaks out and pops around that door, you're all dead. You know you gotta get the fuck out of this hallway.
Oh, so we're in a hallway?
You guys went back into the stairwell. So the stairwell is just like, it's like a basement stair like no wider than that.
Oh, okay. So I'll move out and move underneath the walkway so he can't see us.
Okay. All right. You notice that Joseph takes off. He breaks right, and as soon as he breaks right, you guys lose sight of him. As you make your way out, you get underneath the side. You actually look over. Now you're seeing the bellows of smoke moving throughout the room as you're watching the fire beginning to spread throughout this room. You actually watch as one of the cultists appears to look down, and you see it appears to be Frexel. And as the flames move towards him, you see his hand move up, and you watch as the flames just disappear as this breeze of ice and frost smothers it. What would you just moved, so you can still do something.
So that stairway is the only way up to get to that level.
You could run across, go to the stairwell on that side, it'll lead you up to the other side of the room, mezzanine over there. Mm-hmm. And then you could go where he ran up, go that way. But he's most likely on this side. At least that was the last point you guys saw him.
Okay, so he's on the stairwell that's closest to me.
You believe he is. That would be the closest place you last saw him, yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna move to the stairwell that he's not at.
So you're gonna run across the room?
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you run across the room, you immediately begin to hear fire skipping across the floor as you make your way to the other stairwell and you begin running your way up. At this point, that's pretty much as far as you can move in this turn. So it's going to bring us back to Equus' turn.
Hey, good job for not dying yet. 1 point of health this whole time?
Yeah. I don't know how it's happening.
Okay. As you get to the other stairwell and you look over where the fire shots, you see him lower his gun and you watch as he's reloading and making his way, looks like further down the mezzanine. Looks like he's circling back over towards your side. Back upstairs, you notice that Javier, as soon as he dodged your kick and you pulled the knife, you watch as him leap forward. He's actually going for your jacket. It looks like he's trying to reach in and grab your book.
Thirsty.
So you can either fight back or dodge.
I will fight back. Oh, not good. That's 100 then, isn't it? I almost had it. I was well.
So excited.
Well, you can also push your roll again. You have, at this point, you either take an automatic bad thing or...
Take an automatic bad thing.
Yeah. What? Try rolling.
I'm doing what you told me
They're
to.
just plopping
I'm
over.
doing what you said. Still didn't get it.
Okay. As you
Why do I listen to people?
move in, you try to block him moving and grabbing the book, you actually go to put your arm on his hand, and as you go to slash towards him, you see your blade slice across his throat. You watch blood begin to pour down his throat, and then he looks up. You don't understand this power. And he grabs the book from your jacket, and you feel his palm hit your chest, and you go flying back and slam into the side of the wall. Could you go ahead and take another 1 point of damage? It's now your turn.
How far away is he from me?
He's right next to you.
Okay.
Could you please give me an occult roll, please?
Huh?
Okay.
Huh?
No.
7.
No. No, I didn't get it.
Okay, what'd you get?
Don't worry about it.
No, I need to know what you get.
So it'll be a 90 out of 10.
Okay. Roll here. What would you like to do?
I'm going to. I just want to try to snatch the book from him.
Okay.
So what would that be?
You can either do a either fighting or a sleight of hand. Which
Oh, here we go. So 29 out of 40 for fighting.
for fighting? As you bring your knife back, you grab it and you charge forward. You actually bring your blade up and you slam it right into his chest. And as soon as you see him kind of recoil in the pain, you reach over and you grab the book back. And you back up with the tome in your hand. And as you look towards him, you see him. You watch as the knife begins to by itself. And then fall to the ground. I need more! And you watch as he begins to chant. Kenneth.
I'm gonna reach over and grab another grenade.
I'm not gonna let him.
Okay. At this point, then, if you're going to need to give me a sleight of hand or fighting, whichever one. If fighting, you're going to be trying to hurt him.
I'm not trying to hurt him.
So it's sleight of hand. And then for you, it's either you have to give me a dodge roll.
Dodge?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I didn't get it.
Okay. So at this point, both of you go to try to grab the grenade. He's trying to stop you, and you guys are both in this kind of struggle with each other.
Well, we have one.
No, we can't be using them in here. You're gonna burn the whole fucking place down with us inside.
It's precaution.
You're gonna fucking throw it!
Not now.
Oh my fucking god. It doesn't matter if you're gonna throw it now or later. You already threw one. It doesn't matter.
All right. Well, I'm going up with that one then. And I'm leaving. You said there's 2 staircases.
Yes, there is.
Then I'm gonna go. I want to try to find out where Avery got thrown to. So I'm going.
Okay. Well, you saw where she got thrown to.
Can I make it that way?
You could definitely start running that way.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Okay, so you break out of the room and you take a left, and you begin running up the steps. As soon as you get to the top of the steps, you immediately have to duck down behind what looks like some potted fake plants as you start to hear bullets being fired from across the room towards your position. You duck down, and that's where your movement and your turn ends. Benjamin, you hear this as well. You hear gunfire going off.
I'm gonna have to run out, I guess, as well.
Okay, where would you like to go?
Is there would I know of any other way besides the stairs to get upstairs?
No, that's the only way up
That's
there.
the only way?
Yep.
I'll go up the one that he didn't go up.
So you're gonna run across the room?
Yeah.
Okay. So as soon as you take off and you start running across the room, you actually are seeing Beckwith across the room fire onto Kenneth as he's taking cover. You're not looking back behind you, but you see that Beckwith is focused on someone else. You actually see Joseph slowly going up the stairs and getting ready to turn onto Beckwith. It looks like he's possibly about ready to catch him on surprise.
Alright.
What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna.
Run?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till-
As you run, you get to the bottom of the steps as we go back to Joe's turn.
Okay. So I'm gonna get up to the floor where Beckwith's at and try to find him.
You can easily see him. In fact, he's firing on Kenneth.
Okay. Then I'm gonna go full auto on him.
Okay, go ahead and roll the firearms.
Okay.
He is going to dive for cover.
Okay, I'll push my roll. $49 out of 65.
Okay, you lock up your sights on him, and as soon as he sees you, you watch as he dives for one of the potted plants that's on the mezzanine, and as soon as you do, you follow. You see he misses all the bullets, and he lands down, and he slides up behind that plant. As soon as you stop, you realize you go dry. You drop down your clip as you go to reload. You can hear him back behind the potted plant, like, whoo! What a night, huh, kid?
Why don't you pop your head out and we have a talk like adults?
Yeah, I can only imagine what word you'd use. Starts with a, what? NATO 5.6?
And I'm just gonna wait, because that's my turn, right?
Yep, that's your turn.
Alright.
Basically, and just to let you guys know, Call of Cthulhu, if you are on the defensive and you die for color, you avoid all damage.
Oh,
But they can't use a turn. So when it gets back to their turn, they don't get one.
got it.
Him saying that was his turn.
Okay.
Meanwhile, though, Javier Barrera has a turn.
Love that for me.
As he looks towards you, you notice that he starts to bleed from his ears. You start to see his gums begin to bleed. Every orifice of his body begins to stain with blood. His throat slashed open. You watch as the blood begins to turn black. Die! Could you please give me an occult roll?
Sure can. Try. 96 out of 10.
Okay. Your occult's only 10?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you put points in
Well,
an occult.
black market dealer.
I don't know why I
I
thought
only
that.
dabble.
I think I'm thinking of a different character of yours. You notice that he brings his hand forward and you feel your body begin to almost like a force choke and begins to rise you up off the ground. You still holding your book in your hand, but you can see that he is appearing to try to use all of his force to kill you. Okay, that's his turn. Your turn. You can still act. You're not incapable of moving.
Okay. I can't talk, I'm assuming.
You cannot talk. You are struggling to breathe at the moment.
Alright, I guess I'll try shoot him.
Okay. Currently, he cannot. Actually, it's going to be an automatic because he can't dodge. So just go ahead and give me a firearms roll.
It's a 10.
Yes.
10. Okay, so that's a 10 out of 40.
Okay, let me go ahead and do the damage. 6 points of damage. You, as you're being choked, holding your book in your hand, you bring up your pistol, and you, as everything's starting to go black, you fire off a shot. You watch as the bullet blows his lower jaw off. As he drops his spell, you land to the ground. You see blood oozing everywhere. You see his tongue flapping back and forth, and then you watch as it begins to grow like this twirling
Shut
whip.
up. Chad's here.
As he begins to move forward, you actually watch as his book drops, and he's just slowly, like a shambling monster, making his way towards you. It is your turn.
I want to go for his book.
You want to go for his book? Okay. You're gonna have to run right next to him.
Yeah, so we like dodge him.
All right, go ahead and actually give me a dex roll.
$77 out of 50. Not great.
All right. You notice
Yeah, oh, 51 out of 50.
Oh, you can use some luck, right?
Not for
not
pushing
when
it.
you push your roll.
Trust me, I know.
You watch as you move over and you grab the book and you get up off the ground. As you go to back up, you watch that tongue and pierce into you like a barb. You actually feel his tongue beginning to swirl within the open wound and almost hook in like some sort of parasite creature. You can see this fluid from your body being pulled into him as he appears to be drinking your blood. Could you go ahead and take 1 point of damage? Wow. You've gotten 3 ones in a row.
She's
Shut up.
That's gonna be the end of your turn. Kenneth.
I'm gonna continue going to where Avery is.
All right, you make your way to Avery. You actually see her at this moment with this tongue in her chest. You can see it looks like she's losing consciousness as this creature is devouring her blood.
He's just like on the ground, like, or is he standing?
He's standing.
He's standing, and it's just coming out of his mouth. Cool. I'm gonna walk up to him.
You're gonna just casually walk.
Well, I'm assuming he's not looking at me, so I'm just.
He is not looking at you.
Walking up, and I'm gonna put the gun against his head. I'm unloading the clip.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a firearms. You'll get a bonus die because it's gonna be point blank.
Yeah, don't take that off. Leave that on. For the love of God, leave that on. Thank you.
Give me a second. Awesome. I'll use 3 luck to make it.
Okay. Go ahead and do the damage here. Okay. As you make your way up towards him, you actually put the gun right to his head, and you begin to. As you unload every round, you watch as the top of his head completely blows to pieces. You watch as his body slumps back as it hits the wall and begins to slump down. You see his tongue as it explodes out of his head, almost like a Las Plagas creature from Resident Evil. You watch it as it split into multiple different tongues and it starts lashing down in different directions.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Benjamin.
I'm gonna try to flush him out or something.
Okay.
I'm gonna. I know I said I told him not to use one of the grenades, but I'm gonna take one of the grenades and like try to throw it in
You're gonna throw it towards him?
towards Beckwith.
Okay, go ahead and give me a throw.
You go for it and get away from
Yeah, I wasn't planning on getting it, but I'm gonna.
What'd you get?
48
48?
out of 20.
Out of 20?
Yeah.
As you go to throw it, you actually watch as it bounce off the wall and fall down in the lower level.
Oh, okay, cool.
And then you all see another, or not everyone, but you guys hear another fireball explode from below.
I think I.
For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I think you missed.
We'll
All
see
right.
what happens.
Now it's gonna go back to your turn.
So he lost his turn.
That was, yeah, his last turn, he lost it. Now he's gonna have one right after you're done.
So, he can't react this turn, right?
He could die for cover again.
Then I'm gonna walk up to him, I'm gonna point the gun and pull the trigger.
Okay. I'll say that by my ruling, I'll let that happen. But in the rules of Call of Cthulhu, he could just keep diving for cover.
Oh. Okay.
It's to
Where
protect
to?
it's to protect players to not just have instantly die.
It's like Dark Souls, like rolling.
Yeah, kinda. But go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna run up to him and I'm just gonna just full auto lay into him. So if I can get point blank, I'm gonna get point blank.
Okay.
right. I hope I can get away.
$32 out of 55 or 65.
You're kind of big. You're like 7 feet tall.
Okay, 32 out of 65. Okay. Instead of giving him an automatic, I'm just gonna go ahead and do an actual dodge roll. So die for cover's automatic. I'm gonna do a dodge. You notice that as soon as you run over, limping over, he can hear the sound of your limp as your knee is completely blown out from the shot. As you come around the corner, as soon as you line up sights, your finger hits that trigger. As he reaches up, you watch as his hand grabs the top of your gun, and as you're blasting and bullets ricocheting off the building, you notice he pushes you back, and I decided to do fight back. He pushes you up against the railing, both you and him deadlocked up against each other, staring at each other face to face. You see him move in, grinning towards you. I told you, I don't fucking lose. And it's gonna be his turn. He's just gonna attempt to push you over the railing.
Okay.
You can either fight back or dodge.
I'll dodge.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, okay, you throw grenades.
I was literally thinking that.
I literally
see.
said that out loud.
I'll push the
Welcome to the conversation I
push
said
the roll?
5 minutes ago.
43 out of
We're gonna throw a grenade
65.
in the room where she was getting.
Okay. You watch as he's going to push onto you. You actually grab some of the blood that's been leaking off your arm, and you bring it up and you smear it onto his face. And as he's blinded from it, you're able to slip out from underneath him, and you are now turning to square up with him. Which brings us back to Javier Barrera.
What's left of him?
You notice that he looks towards Kenneth, and his head's whipping and slashing and smashing down. He goes to lash your body. You can either dodge or fight back.
I will dodge.
Okay, could you please go ahead and do a dodge for me?
It is a dodge stat.
Chapter ducks.
Don't happen. I'm going to use 6 luck and
Okay. You manage to, as the tongues lash and rip through the drywall and smash through the wood around you, you actually jump down onto the ground, covering your head, even though you're only using your one arm. From the torrent of tongues, thankfully you dodge every single one of them. As he's moving in towards it, it almost looks like he's just moving to finish you off, slowly stumbling. It's your turn. His back is now towards you. You can see you have both his book and your book as well now.
If I look over the balcony, is there still fire downstairs?
Yeah, you can see the smoke bellowing up and fire burning everywhere.
I'm gonna take his book and throw it into the fire.
So you're gonna move over and you're gonna throw his book into the fire? Okay. As you make your way over, you chuck his book, you watch it land down, and you see a hand catch.
In the fire?
Yeah. Remember those
the
cultists that are burning?
fuck? They're still standing?
Watch as they bring the book down, and as the books engulf into flames, you see it turn its head and look up towards you, and it begins to crumble. You watch as it breaks into ice. At this point, you see Frexel backs up, and as he sees both of you upstairs, you watch as he begins to float up and make his way towards all of you. You still have your book.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that was your turn. Kenneth.
I'll reload my gun. Does he have a head left? Really?
No, it's just a neck hole with tongues exploding out of it. More like tentacles at this point.
I'm gonna try to shoot his torso, like different spots. Hopefully, find a weak spot.
Sure, go ahead and roll.
No.
What'd you get?
93 out of 65.
You watch as every round completely misses him. One of them damn near grazes Avery in the head. As you actually standing by the doorway, you see a bullet slam next to your head as you see Kenneth, his hand shaking, blasting into this monster. Benjamin.
I can see.
They are currently into a fight. Like, they're like 10 feet away from you at this point, and at this point, you don't know who's really winning.
And I also see Frexel. Is he floating towards like where they would be?
Going towards them.
Fuck. There's two things I can do right now. I'm gonna have to try to like. This is so stupid. I'm gonna look at Frexel and I'm gonna look at Beckwith and I'm gonna charge at Beckwith and try to like knock him off his feet or anything. Just like run into him at that point because he was distracted. I want to try to catch him off guard.
Go ahead.
What would I roll for that?
It's be fighting. Fighting a brawl.
To run into him?
Yeah, you're gonna try to shoulder check him?
Yeah, no, I didn't get it.
What'd you get?
I got 58.
Okay. You watch as Benjamin sees Frexel, looks over towards Beckwith. You watch as he lets out this cry as he charges forward, and as Beckwith moves out of the way, wiping the blood, you see him raise his gun up, and as his barrel almost meets Joseph, he gets knocked from the back as he slams into the railing. You notice as he turns around, he sees Benjamin, and you watch as his butt of his gun comes up, and he goes to swing towards Benjamin, and Benjamin takes a nasty blow across his face as he fought back. You feel this knock against your face.
I don't know why. Are you rolling? Well, I mean,
I still have to roll because there's a... Okay.
is there a 0 on there?
2 points of damage.
Yeah.
You watch as the butt of the gun smacks against Benjamin's face. You watch as he hits the railing, and you watch as he rolls off. And you hear the thud as he smacks down into the ground below. Currently, that would put you below 0, right?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
-1.
-1. So, at the moment, you're dead.
Yeah. What do you mean at the moment? I am dead.
This brings us to your turn.
Okay, so is he distracted or like turned away? Like what's?
Technically, there's no like distracted, like
Okay.
It's not like D&D where combat's more sophisticated.
Okay.
I'm sure
So I don't have my gun. I don't
of
have.
that.
I don't have my gun anymore.
You still do have your gun.
You're gonna die either way. You got 1 point of health.
Okay, so I'm gonna just unload on him.
Okay.
You opened it up first.
No, I didn't. No, he's not distracted. I didn't do anything.
40 out of 65.
And he goes to fight back again. And as you make your way up towards him, you bring your gun up, he moves up, and you watch as he slings his rifle towards your leg. As the rifle, like a boomerang, smashes into your shin, you drop down, and as he goes to throw a nasty haymaker. You compose yourself and bring your gun right up underneath his head. And you pull the trigger, and there's a moment where as soon as his fists get ready to come down, he sees the barrel and goes, fuck. And as you see the blast, you watch as his head just turns into a mist. His body hits the ground.
So the second he drops, I'm gonna rush over to him. That's my next move.
Okay. This brings us back to Javier Barrera's turn, who is going to continue moving towards Kenneth. You watch as everything begins to slow down. The tentacles begin to twist into like almost like a Twizzler until it slops back down, and you see your brother's face. Ken, you could bring me back. It hurts. It hurts so much. Why won't you save me? Please make a sanity roll. Avery, what you see is the tentacles just moving towards him, and you actually see Kenneth has stood up and has moved and put his hands into the tentacles, and they're just moving around his face and swirling around his body.
I don't like that. I did not make it.
You did not make it? Could you please take 9 points of sanity damage? Please give me an intelligence roll now.
Definitely be that. 18 out of 31.
Well, that's not good.
That is not good.
You don't want to make the intelligence rolls. Okay.
Shit. You push to the left and not make it?
You are now inflicted with an indefinable bout of madness. In fact, a few of them.
Oh, Jesus.
Auditory hallucinations, visual hallucinations, even sensory, specifically temperature hallucinations.
The whole thing.
You watch as colors begin to morph and smash together. You see glimpses of the cosmos and stars, maws and teeth and flesh writhing and wiggling together like maggots feasting on the corpse of the universe, until everything begins to slowly come back and you realize that your face is now just entangled in this mess of tentacles and slithering bodily fluids, and you let out a horrific scream. You watch as
I was going to do that, but yeah, I'm glad you said that.
You watch as Kenneth almost looks like his mind just breaks as he stares into this unknown horror. Benjamin, you are currently dead,
Yeah.
so your turn will be passed. For now.
What does that even mean?
It's like Phasmophobia, you can just as a ghost.
Oh, sick.
Joseph, you make your way down to Benjamin. Check his pulse. You don't feel a heartbeat.
I'll take the grenades off of him.
Okay.
What do I see?
You don't see anything. You see the fire, you see the cultists. In fact, actually, the other cultists that are there are either ablaze currently right now, or they're no longer there. It looks like they've shattered into ice. You just heard a earth-shattering scream that sounded like Kenneth just a moment ago.
Start running in that direction.
All right, you're able to make your way there. Actually, as you do, just before you're about ready to enter into the door, you watch as Frexel enters in, and you turn behind and see Frexel floating into the room and coming face to face with Avery. That's going to be your turn. Frexel's turn. You notice that he lowers down, comes face to face with everyone. Watch as his head turns.
Glad everyone could arrive to see this spectacular performance. Soon, the whispering hunger, the eternal cold, will arrive. I can feel it. I can sense it. All of you have played such an important role.
Avery, what would you like to do?
Kenneth is still getting his face smushed by tentacles right now.
They're just slithering around him. Doesn't look like they're attacking him, but
He doesn't
from the
look great.
the damage that you've seen them do, I mean, at any moment, they could probably tear his head off.
Okay. I don't know. Speaking of the Great Beast. Because I'm doing, he's like a fucking,
It's
fucking
every
Hydra.
yeah. He has.
No, not him. He's just like, it's like if I ever try to do damage to it, more tongues pop out. So I'm
I
afraid
think
to
he needs
damage
magic.
it. I don't know. It doesn't work. I don't know. I just like I read random shit, and random things happen. I can't control it. That's the issue. So it's not like I could be like, oh, I'll take care of you with magic. It's the last one. I just like made a weird fucking swirling tornado of objects, and it didn't really do a whole lot.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna ignore Frexel.
Okay.
And I'm going to go up to Javier, and I'm going to try to use my combat knife from behind to sever his spine.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a. Can you use a bonus die? He's not reacting.
Okay. 29 out of 40.
29 out of 40. As you do this, you stick your blade deep into his spine and you sever it. You watch as his back slides backwards. You watch as he hits the ground and starts to swiggle and squirm. You hear Frexel.
Pain of the flesh means nothing.
Kenneth, what would you like to do?
Get away from him.
So you back up and you move away from. Are you moving towards Avery? Where are you moving to the corner of the room? Where are you going?
Corner of the room. I just want to get away from him.
You watch as he just backs. You watch as Kenneth, almost in this pure fear, backs up and hurtles up in the corner of the room. It's like your turn.
And I'll reload my last clip.
Benjamin. As you feel your body you feel your body being electrocuted. You see Tony over you. Come on, man, wake up! Wake up! What the fuck? You feel your shirt's open. You can see that there's an AED attached to your body.
I'm gonna like reach out, grab him. What the fuck are you doing?
Why are you in here?
The fuck is it? I'm gonna like sit up real quick.
As you sit up, you feel like shit. Your face, as you reach up, you spit out a few teeth as you realize your jaw's broken. Oh, there's something going on up there. There's people screaming.
And I'm gonna look over and like everything is still the same.
Yeah, except there's no cultists and there's a fire that is now making its way and burning up the wall.
I'm gonna like try to stand up. Tony, get out of here. Whatever's going on, get out of here.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Gets up and you notice that he takes off running.
And I'm gonna like start like trying to climb up the stairs.
You make your way and you work your way over to the stairs. As you do, that's gonna be your turn. Come back to Joe.
So, I see Frexel just floating there.
Yeah?
Hey, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but it's whispering whatever the fuck it is. What's it got to do with us?
Absolutely nothing. We are all insignificant in the grand scope of it all.
So, this, what's it?
You watch his hand move up. And as he does, you see Javier Barrera's body turn into a rivaling swarm of worms, and they just dissipate and spread throughout the floor.
He is here.
So he turns and he moves his way, and as you watch as Frexel floats over the railing and moves down, you watch as his hands rise up and you see the flames being quenched as frost and snow crashes around them. At this point, you're out of combat. You can move freely.
So I vote to get the fuck out of here.
I don't think it really matters if we get out of here. At this point. Well, fucking Kenneth, I don't think he's going anywhere anytime soon.
You guys watch as Benjamin makes his way into the room. You see his shirt open. You see the electrode still stuck to his chest.
The fuck?
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
And I walk up to him and I put my hand next to his mouth.
I'm me. What do you...
As he breathes, it's not steam.
Okay. How about the lot of you get out of here?
This is the moment I fucking met Frexel. I swear to God, I have not trusted him. You
Yeah.
took...
He's a piece of shit. But, Lance is outside waiting to pick you guys up. Why don't you get the fuck out of here?
I'll be honest, Joe, I don't know if I can do that. I've already died once, it seems.
Yeah. You're given a second chance. Don't fucking waste it.
Well, I mean, were you kind of given a second chance to?
Yeah. I found my piece. I just put a bolt in it. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm gonna start walking down towards Frexel.
What do you all do?
I'm gonna
I
take
want to watch and see what he's doing.
I'm gonna take the belt from him. Or who has the belt?
You do.
No, it was taken from... No, you saw
As
the
you
belt.
all stand up in the room, you watch as the walls begin to... Ice begins to crack and form as frost begins to cling and stick to the walls. You watch as it begins to flash freeze the wood. It actually starts to explode and pop. It is dangerous to be in here. stay in there, or do you move? Get out of there.
I stand. What do I see?
Same thing. You're seeing everything the way it is right now.
Everything's fine right now.
Yep, everything's fine right now.
I'll walk up to Ken and I'll hold my hand. Do you want to leave?
Yeah, I don't want to be in here.
Alright, take my hand then. Let's go.
I'm like, pull him with me. As you pull him with you, Avery, do you go as well?
No, I said I'm staying.
In the room that's exploding?
He's in there too, right?
No, he left.
We both left. I went down to
He's
Frexel.
going back down to the, because Frexel went back down to the floor.
So it's just the one room it's just the one room.
If
that's
you,
exploding.
as of right now, what you can see in there, yeah.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll leave him.
As you walk out, that's when you guys see that the walls, the ceiling, everything is all starting to converge in. The ice is starting to grow on the inside of the walls. You can see it's starting to slowly consume the room. You watch as lights shatter and break. As everything's getting closer and closer. The two of you, or actually the three of you, have to follow Joseph down to the main lobby. As you get down to the lobby, you stand Frexel maybe about 20, 30 feet away from you now, as you look around and see all the lights beginning to slowly break, all the walls beginning to freeze. And there you stand and stare at those large 30-foot tall windows. He is here. Ithaqua! Ithaqua. As his hands raise up, you don't see anything. In fact, you see trees swaying back and forth outside. You see the woodland pines, the dead trees. Until you realize it's not trees moving. Coming closer and closer. This 50-foot plus tall entity begins to, as you feel this shake.
I'm just playing out now.
As you look out and see elongated bone connected by flesh and sinew, fingers longer than buses, sharp, bony like spikes, dangling, rotting flesh, a hollow emaciated form. You see this creature. And as its hands place up onto the glass, you watch as its head peer down and glass shatter into the room, flying throughout. You watch as Frexel's body shredded mere 20, 30 feet ahead of you by the glass. You watch as his knees hit the ground and his hand snatches his body and raises him up towards him. You watch as his whole body and form gets devoured and consumed. And you watch as its head turns and looks down towards all of you. What would you all like to do? Actually, first, could everyone give me a sanity roll?
Yeah.
No! Stop it! I can only take some money.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
Didn't get it. 77 out of.
89.
Oh wait, no, I got it. 77. No, I didn't get it.
Didn't get it.
71.
Oh,
Missed by 6.
I'm using. Can you use it on?
You can't use luck on that.
11 out of 8.
Okay. Could everyone please take 20 points of sanity damage?
What happens when you go to 0?
Then you'll find out.
I'm at negative Negative 12.
Oh, Jesus.
As this happens, you watch as Kenneth falls to the ground, screaming in a pure, absolute horror and panic as he stares at this. The only rational thing that you all believe that you have left is that belt of grenades. As you see the door behind you burst open with the elements and snow and ice pouring in. What would the three of you like to do?
Toss it.
Ooh, that ain't gonna do shit.
I ain't gonna do shit, but it's going to at least distract him for a bit. We need to get out of here.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and get the grenade ready. The bullet on the belt.
I'm gonna take because I still have one on myself. Like, how far is it from us?
It's probably about, I'd say 50 to 80 feet, but it's so large that if you there's no way you could miss it at this point. It would be like throwing a football at the broadside of a barn.
Okay. Then I'll go ahead and throw the belt at it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a throw. Actually, don't even give me a throw. It's going to be pretty much guaranteed. All you're doing is chucking that whole thing at it. You watch as Joseph pulls the pins and lets loose. You see this belt of grenades fly through the air, and you watch as it slides and lands probably about 10, 20 feet away from this creature. As the explosions go off, balls of fire rise up through the air. You watch as this massive creature gets engulfed in the flames. You watch as the hunks of frozen flesh and rotting meat catch on fire as this creature lets off this horrifying cry as it brings its head back. You watch as it backs up slowly, and as it does, you see this creature beginning to move away. And you watch as it recedes out of the glass. You watch as it begins to stand up. And you hear heavy footsteps as the creature begins to move. As the creature begins to move out of the way, you can still hear the loud, large, heavy falls of its feet. Till you hear softer, more subtle footsteps behind you. As you watch an individual, their hood pulled up, walking behind all of you.
No. Oh my gun.
Impressive.
I'm sorry, what? Who the fuck are you?
You see as he brings his hood back, you see Mr. Yen.
No,
Benjamin, my boy,
I saw your body.
you saw something that looked like me. Come close, feel my breath.
Walk closely.
As you walk closely, as he grabs your hand and brings it to his mouth. As he breathes onto it, it's not steam. As he brings you in and goes to hug you.
And I hug back.
As he puts his hand on the back of your head, you feel his lips touch your forehead.
I always saw you as more of a son than Kai.
I'm sorry, Kai's dead. I watched it happen.
Kai was too foolish for this world. And you, my boy, you are far too innocent and sweet.
as you feel a blade up into your heart. You watch Benjamin fall to the ground.
What the fuck are you doing?
As you see Joe bring his hands up, you see him just almost like Neo from the Matrix.
Great.
There are many possibilities in this world. Some deserve to wield it. Others,
As he looks towards Kenneth.
it breaks them.
And as he brings his hand up, both Avery and Joseph feel everything go black and fade away. Several weeks later, playing on a TV, a news broadcast airing over the Chicago land. And it looks like that blizzard has finally made its way through Chicago, the Windy City back to its normal state once again. Many deaths occurred over this blizzard as power outages. Slowly, the newscaster begins to speak about many deaths from individuals being caught in the elements, unfortunate passings, and strange explosions and leaks, and how the new TV station was unfortunately a victim of this event. As we pan back from that TV, we come to find Kenneth lying in a bed. You notice that Kenneth is wearing an all-white gown, lying in a bed, staring at the ceiling, until you hear a door open up and a doctor walk in. Followed behind him, a nurse. You see the doctor make his way over to Kenneth, and as he looks down at you, Kenneth, you turn your head and look towards him and see the doctor is nonetheless your brother. As you look towards the nurse, it is also your brother, and as you look towards the newscaster, it is your brother. It's time for your medicine, brother. As you feel the needle go into your arm, you slowly giggle into madness. Meanwhile, in another scene, Joseph and Avery, bags over their head, unconscious, are placed into a truck. And as the door closes, you notice an individual turns with that same patch, the eye stabbed with a dagger. Turns and looks. They're ready for you, sir. As Mr. Men Yen looks towards the soldier.
Good. I have high hopes for them. I want them involved in the next phase of their training. Send them to Oregon. And we can begin with our next phase.
And that is where the story of the Dark Winter ends. Thank you all for joining us.
That was good.
That wraps up our
Very nice cinematic ending there.
Call of Cthulhu Dark Winter miniseries. Hope you all enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun for my first time. I definitely will be giving a different flavor every time we do Call of Cthulhu. I feel like it's such a wide range of horror that you could do. So I had a lot of fun with it. Thank you all. I believe next Monday we'll be starting off with our Hellgate 1.2 beta. So if you guys are into a cyberpunk or gothic horror, it is a good combination of both of those. Also, there's going to be probably mech battles. So if you like mech battles or kaijus, it's also going to have a lot of that in there too.
Yeah, when did you decide to put mech battles in that one?
When I made Detroit into a battle arena. So
all of Detroit.
yeah,
is a
all of
battle.
Detroit
Okay.
is a
Okay.
battle arena. So.
Great. Love that.
It's like the burning gun.
But
Beautiful.
other than that, thank you all for joining us, and as always, remember to embrace the dark. Good night.
He's